The embodied soul, the Atman. There is a philosophy that is consistent across religions in the East and the West. This idea that the human frame is merely a temporary steward of a soul. A soul that was supposedly assigned to you at conception and is released from you when you die. This is a very prevalent idea. And it dawned on me that we may have it backwards. One of the things I've noticed as a parent, I was a parent in my 20s and then had a new relationship in my late 30s, early 40s, and had another child. And so I've been able to experience fatherhood from two different lenses. And, or rather, I've been able to see different periods of transition in my children. Because I now have a child who is graduating high school, but I also have a younger child that is only 5 years old. And one of the themes that has repeated itself for all of my kids is that as they grow up, as they grow older, it to me, it almost feels like a different soul has taken them as host. And I myself have gone through many changes in recent years, and even felt myself inhabited by a different soul. A kind of death and rebirth in a way. In fact, I mentioned this several years ago in another video like this where I talked about, and this was a different channel, where I talked about through various times of my life feeling like I was about to die, like death was just around the corner, feeling like literal death was around the corner, and having this kind of existential anxiety and fear about it, only to eventually come out the other end of it realizing that what was about to happen was I was about to shed a skin. That's how I viewed it at the time. And I was peeling a layer and getting a little deeper into who I really was. But in observing my children, I believe now that what is actually going on, if there is such a thing as a spirit realm, that there is a multiplicity of spirits, all of different inclinations and characters and personalities. Some are rascals. Some have an inclination for what is saintly and pure. Some enjoy structure and order. And what I believe is happening, the relationship between the human frame and the spirit realm is as follows. And this, of course, unfolds a whole bunch of other questions, which maybe I'll get to, but this is the mechanism. Whatever you do, whichever thought patterns you tend to inhabit in, how you treat your body, the foods you eat, the habits and tasks that you perform, the general activity that you put this machinery through, that is the body, will determine what spirit takes an interest in hopping on for that ride. So you create the ride, and the spirit or soul that inhabits you is the one that is interested in hopping on and experiencing that. Almost like the relationship between you and the remote control or the Xbox controller as you're flipping through games. You are a channel. We are channels. And I think a lot of people, first of all, I think probably most people go through a series of channels from birth to early, late childhood. And I think most people just stick in one channel for their whole life. And so we have this illusion of them being singular, of the person, this dynamic of the person and soul being a bond that can't be broken. But in recent years, and through my observations as a father, I'm taking into serious consideration the idea that we might have it backwards. And you will be inhabited by the soul that is most attracted to the ride that you are offering. But then the question arises, well, then what is you? And that's perhaps a topic for another time. Curious what you think of this idea. It's a bit far out there, though. It does kind of dovetail into a lot of things that even the most prevalent spiritual philosophies talk about, like demonic possession, where there are these, we have alluded to in the past, observations of this phenomena. But perhaps it's not an outlier. It's actually baked in. It's part of the design. And I noticed it so much with my kids and with myself. And I guess the message is, pay attention to the kind of ride you're producing. And if you live a life of chaos and self-destructiveness, you're going to attract a soul that likes that ride, and is probably going to help you stay in it, because that soul enjoys it. That soul loves it, loves that excitement and chaos that comes out of that. But there are souls out there that are really just looking for a peaceful ride, something that is in a state of harmony with itself and with its surroundings. And once that soul inhabits that trip, it will do whatever it can to sustain it and keep it going. So maybe personality is the emergence of our behaviors and the soul that inhabits us. A kind of self perpetuating system with an element of duality in it. Okay, that may be as esoteric as I get on this channel. If you like these kinds of thoughts, let me know. Like the video, leave a comment, and let me know if you've observed or experienced anything like this. Thanks for watching.